You're watching ESPN First Take, presented by DirecTV.
All right, here we go. Our debate continues, and we're going to go back to the NFL. Brett Favre, 6 touchdowns. As terrific as his career has been, that's the first time he's ever done that. The Jets won 56-35. It resembled a basketball score. He had receivers that were wide open. There's no question about that. But the question here, overall, was Brett Favre that impressive, or were the Cardinals just that bad?
Cardinals were that bad. I really don't see what they... Listen. All right, first of all, all right.
He did have wide open receivers.
6 touchdowns. All right, fine. You know, I mean, tying Joe Namath, single season, single game mark with the New York Jets franchise. I get all of that stuff. But let's stop the love affair with Brett Favre for a second and get back to reality. Kurt Warner was getting bum rushed all day long. He was sacked 5 times. He was popped silly. I thought he was going to have one of those other concussions again, for crying out loud. They gave him no protection whatsoever. I'm talking about that anemic offensive line called the Arizona Cardinals. They just didn't get anything done, for crying out loud. So you take that into consideration, considering the field goal position that it gave the New York Jets throughout the afternoon, combined with the fact that the effort demoralized them because they were down 24-0 before they had an opportunity to pass gas. The bottom line is that the Arizona Cardinals looked absolutely awful. They made Brett Favre look very, very good. And we all know he's good, but he looked very good yesterday.
Second. You conceded that?
What do you mean I conceded that?
Did you hear that? Did we get that on tape?
That was the last thing.
Can I say one more thing real quick, and then the floor is yours? One more thing real quick. I have never once said Brett Favre has not been a phenomenal quarterback. What I said is I am tired of the love affair. Oh, look at him jump into the arms of his offensive lineman. Oh, look at him stumble over and throw the ball underhanded. He's a little kid playing out there. He's a man playing a little kid's game. The little kid hasn't left him. That is what has nauseated me, not Brett Favre. I have no problem with him. I have a problem with the love affair that everybody seems to have with him.
Say he should just take his stuff and go home and leave us all alone.
I said when he was out there talking smack back and forth with the Green Bay Packers, that's when I said that.
Okay, I'm not saying Arizona is any juggernaut,
I'm glad.
on defense, but their defense allowed 13 at San Francisco, held the Dolphins to 10, and the Dolphins can score, as we saw at New England. They held Washington to 24 and lost on a tipped interception at the end in a very close game. Arizona was only a 1.5-point underdog going into this game, and all I heard all week was that defense, with all of its tricky schemes, will blitz Brett Favre into submission. And he comes out on a bum ankle, when I'll be the first to say I was starting to have doubts about whether he'd lost a little fastball and maybe a little heart for being a New York Jet. And he was bouncing around on that bum ankle in the pocket like he was 25 years old.
Maybe because he wasn't hurt.
He was throwing missiles.
Whoa.
Maybe because he wasn't as hurt as everybody had publicized.
Whether or not he was hurt.
I'm not saying he did. He said that. I'm saying all the hype. It wasn't 100%. So what? That doesn't mean he was crippled walking around with crutches getting on the football
field. As somebody who actually watched the game yesterday, I heard the announce team, which was on CBS.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
I heard the announce team say that they looked at his ankle when they interviewed him on Saturday night, and it was a softball. It was a big old yellow-brown softball.
Here we go.
Well, I'm just telling you.
An urban legend. Go ahead.
Missiles. Okay, so he throws missiles all over the lot all afternoon. He threw a 7th touchdown pass that Coles dropped in the back of the end zone.
Let me tell you what I saw, since you're so big into giving visuals. What I saw before the game was Brett Favre, no crutches, no anything, walking quite nicely into Giant Stadium before the game, and I saw a bunch of little young, cute little ladies walking behind him, flashing pictures and all that stuff, and he was smiling and waving at everybody like a politician. And that's what I saw. I didn't see a guy that was limping.
You got to give him this. He is the toughest quarterback who ever played, bar none.
Would you give him that? Look at the streak now.
Next.
The streak is there. I can't argue with that. All I'm saying is just stop the love affair. Just stop it.
But did you see the missile, like you said, the post route?
Who questioned his arm strength? Who questioned his arm strength?
Hopefully no one, because his arm is still stronger than anyone in the league.
Can I leave? Can I leave and go?
No, because
you guys kill me with this.
We have to pick on you. Now we have to talk about his replacement in Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, who threw 3 interceptions and now injured the right shoulder. So, we're going to be asking this 16 times this year, but I'll ask it again. Did the Packers make the wrong choice of quarterback?
Are you ready for this? Get ready, because you're going to have a heart attack. Fred Sanford, you're going to have a heart attack, okay? Yes, they did. They made a mistake because clearly Aaron Rodgers looks to be a little bit over his head. The first 2 games of the year, he was playing like the best quarterback in the NFL. But guess what? It seems like people are now figuring him out. The pressure, he's feeling it. He's getting popped silly. Doesn't necessarily have the ability that Brett Favre has shown. You consider the fact that the Green Bay Packers won the NFC Championship game last year. You look at Ted Thompson, you look at Mike McCarthy and those guys, and you're saying to yourself, excuse me, this is why you got rid of Brett Favre. You got this veteran squad that was capable of competing for a Super Bowl championship. It had to be something personal as to why you got rid of Brett Favre, and that has no business playing a part in business decisions when you got the interest of the other 52 players to consider.
He said it.
Who was Fred Sanford's wife? Elizabeth,
I'm coming. It's the big one. It's the big one. Stephen A. Smith finally saw the light, and I'm done on this film.
Half of our audience right now is going, who's Fred Sanford?
I'm coming to join you, honey. I'm coming to join you. You know, that's what it was. That's right.
That's it.
Red Fox, the great Red Fox, one of the greatest comedians of all time.
Yes, he was. All right. Well done. That's going to do it for second down. Ahead in third down. Oh, by the way, it was Fox. The game was on Fox, not CBS. Yeah, but I heard it too. I mean, they said, we looked at his ankle. It looked like there's no way he was going to play football.
Can I leave now? The love affair, I can't take it. I just can't take it.
No,
the love affair, just stop it. Why don't y'all just kiss his feet, man? Why don't you just get there and put him on a throne and put the crown on top of his head, even though he hasn't won a Super Bowl in about a decade?
That's it for second down. Coming up in third down, back to baseball. Should Omar Minaya be back as the Mets general manager? There are reports that say he will be back for a long time. But first, the second hour of ESPN First Take continues right now.
This is a rough day for me.